Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video we will talk about some of the formalities that you as an international student must know before you even arrive in Germany, so that once you are in Germany you can follow these steps and start a very smooth life in Germany on your student visa. So you might be thinking that you have gone through a very difficult application process, then the bank account process, and then a visa process, for which getting an appointment is more challenging than actually the visa process itself. And you might be thinking that you are done with it, but now it's just the start. Once you come to Germany, it will be a lot of formalities and lot of things should be on your to-do list. The very first thing is that you get yourself registered in the city office. So whatever city you are coming to, there will be one office which can be called as Rathaus or Burgersamt or Ausländerbehörde, and that office would be responsible for your registration. So you just need to know that where is that office and how you can approach this office. In some cities you can go directly for the registration process, whereas in some cities you have to first take an appointment, and once you have the appointment, only then you can visit the office and get yourself registered. And you have to do this registration process within the 14 days, because it is recommended. If you think that it is taking a lot of time, then please write them an email that you need an appointment, so that from your end it is already done. The prerequisite for this registration is very important to know, and that is the contract of accommodation. So you must have a contract of accommodation, and on the basis of this it is possible for you to visit the registration office and get yourself registered. If you do not have any contract of accommodation, the registration will not be possible. So if you are thinking that you have some friend who is living in, for example, a student hostel, and you will be staying with him, and you can get yourself registered, it's not possible. You must have your own room or own contract. If your friend is living in some private accommodation, then it can be the case that the registration is also possible on that particular address for you. But if he or she is living in university hostel, then that would not be possible. So the very first step after you get admission is to apply for accommodation, because if you do not have accommodation and you are arriving in Germany, you might face a lot of difficulties in the early stages. Getting accommodation in big cities or in big universities, especially Munich, Frankfurt, Berlin, etc., is a real challenge. Students sometimes have to wait for 1 or 2 semesters even, so that they can get accommodation in the university hostel. And getting accommodation in university hostel is very advantageous, because you do not need to pay extra utility charges. All the bills etc is included in your rent, and you are connected with student because all the students will be living around you. So it's always preferred to have accommodation in the university hostel. But if you do not get the accommodation and you need to get the accommodation privately, it can be very challenging, because the landlord and or the landlady will be asking for the job contract or some source of income. But you, with your current visa, which is issued for like 3 to 6 months, even will not be allowing you to work in Germany. So it's very highly unlikely that you get accommodation privately. However, if your friends are living privately, then you they may help you in getting the accommodation. So the very first step after you get your admission letter is to apply for the accommodation from Studentenwerk of your university. So if you have signed the contract of accommodation, you go for registration, and once the registration is done, then you can start simultaneously multiple steps. The very first step that I would recommend is to go for the activation of your bank account. The activation of bank account is also a very lengthy process, if and it depends on with which bank you have opened your blocked account. So if you have opened your blocked account with Deutsche Bank, then the activation process would be very straightforward. You will be requiring 2 weeks, around something like 2 weeks time, and your bank account will be activated, and you will be able to access the money that you have deposited in your blocked account. Unless your bank account is activated, you will not be able to access this amount. The 10,236 euro will remain there, but you will not be able to access it. So you always think and bring around 2000 euros in cash with you. This will help you in the initial few weeks or months until you get your bank account activated. And if you have opened the bank account with Fintiba, Coracle, or Expatrio, then the activation process may take even longer, because you cannot, as I said earlier, you cannot access this amount. And in order to access the amount you have deposited in Fintiba, Coracle, or Expatrio, you are required to open another bank account in Germany. Once this account has been opened, then you inform Coracle, Fintiba, or Expatrio that this is my bank account, and then they will first do one verification. Then they will transfer 850 euros to your bank account, because this is what the agreement is, that you will be getting 850 euros, something like that, in your um, bank account every month. So start the activation process, and parallel to that, you get your health insurance. There are two main companies which are government health insurance companies, which are called AOK or AOK or TK or TK in German language. So you can go to these companies. Sometimes these companies have also one office within university. If that is the case, you can simply go to the university campus and get the health insurance. Now, once the health insurance is there, you can go for the enrollment at university. The university enrollment also require health insurance. Therefore, it's a prerequisite. So get first the health insurance and then go to the university for enrollment. Once the enrollment is done, there is also some enrollment fee, which can be like 150 euros to 300 euros almost. This will be available on the website of university. You can access this information there. And once you have paid this enrollment fee, you will be issued a semester ticket, and with this semester ticket, it will be possible for you to travel within the specified area without buying any additional travel ticket. In some universities, only the city in which the university is located, you can travel only within this city. But there are some states like NRW state where you can travel in the whole state on the semester ticket or a student ticket. But for that, you have to first get yourself enrolled at the university. So once you have enrolled yourself at the university, then and your bank account has been also activated, now the next step would be to get yourself extension of your visa, or you get the residence permit for students, because the visa that you have acquired from your home country, that would be only for 3 to 6 months, and that is not enough. Once you have fulfilled all these formalities, take the appointment from Ausländerbehörde. That is the office which is responsible for the extension of your visa. And for that, you in most of the cities, it's mandatory that you get an appointment, and it can be the case that you get an appointment after 3, 4, 5 months. So whenever is your appointment, you visit that office. It's very important that you are on time, and in some cities they do not speak English language. So get yourself informed through the students who are already living in that particular city. And if someone knows German language, take with him. so that you do not get into an uncomfortable situation once you visit that office. The documents that you require will be available on the website of Ausländer Behörde of your city, and if you have requested them the appointment, then it can be the case that they confirm the appointment and send you a list of documents that you need to bring with yourself once you appear for the visa interview. That will not be a kind of visa interview which you have experienced in your home country. Rather, it will be a just presentation of your documents, and if all documents are there, you will be given the residence permit. The residence permit card will be issued, and that will take 6 weeks approximately. Uh, if in the meantime the visa that you have acquired from your home country is going to expire in the meantime, then they will issue you a temporary visa which is called Fiktionsbescheinigung, that will be valid for 1 month to 1.5 or 2 months depending on when your visa is expiring. And uh, the documents that you have to usually take with you will be the enrollment certificate from the university, your passport, your health insurance, and the bank statement that you have sufficient funds in your bank account. So these are the important steps that you are required to familiar with, so that you know what type of challenges or what type of steps you are required to do once you are in Germany. I hope this will be helpful for you and you can plan your journey accordingly. And I wish you a very pleasant stay in Germany. If you like the video, give a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe my channel. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and like my page. Germany for Student is the ID for all the social media platform. So thank you for watching this video and good luck.